Hey, it's Jeremy here with Red Hawk Coaching. Hope you're having a great day. And if you enjoyed the information in this video, make sure that you click on the subscribe button just below. Click on that notification bell. Anytime I create new content, you'll be notified. Have a great day and enjoy. Morning, Jennifer.
Good morning, Jeremy. It's so good to have you on. So I want to welcome everybody. Jennifer Kazmersky here with Chicago Title Austin. We are so honored to host this class. I got to know Jeremy literally through social media. We had an immediate connection. We're both Aggies. And Jeremy, Jeremy has started Red Hawk Coaching 3 years ago, has 12 years in the business as an agent and as a coach. And we are super excited for him to come on today and share a little bit more about how to thrive in today's world, the newish basics. Literally, there's going to be a ton of nuggets. We're only going to be on for 30 minutes. So excited to have Jeremy. He has a wealth of knowledge in the business and in coaching real estate professionals. So Jeremy, I'm going to let you take it away. And thank you again for coming on and sharing this with our prospects and our clients here at Chicago Title.
Jennifer, thank you for the introduction. And I'm really excited about bringing this class to you. I developed this class back when we came back from a cruise, and it was right in the middle of the pandemic. In fact, it was the last cruise to return back, I think, stateside in New Orleans. So when we got back, the world had just completely changed. We started noticing about midweek in that cruise that the Houston Rodeo had been shut down and schools were being closed. And when we got back to New Orleans, we'd actually gone a day in advance of our cruise, went to Bourbon Street, walked Canal, and it was just packed. When we got back, there was nobody, and everything was boarded up, and we realized that the world had changed. And so, the thing about our businesses is a lot of times, and I've still got, I don't want people to think that the real estate business has stopped or our industry has stopped. People are still doing business and still doing a lot of business. Yet I think what the pandemic has allowed is for us to slow down, take a breath, and work a little bit on our business more than we would in the past instead of in our business. And that's what this class is about today, is working on your business. A little bit about myself. I'm a husband, married to my wife, Lori. She's a CPA with a company called Insperity. We live here in Kingwood, Texas, which is a suburb of Northeast Houston. Father of two great kids. I've got a 13-year-old daughter. She's going to be a freshman in high school. And I've got a 11-year-old son that's going to be in middle school this year. Outside of business, I love walking my dogs, enjoy spending time with my family, and I love to travel. Travel's just not happening right now. All right, so let's dive right into it. I promised I'd keep this at 30 minutes, and this is going to be a quick session. I've dropped into the chat a link. You're able to go grab that and actually download the notes from today. We're going to start with the things that you can control, and it's difficult in this business. I know I'm a C personality, behavioral personality, and I like to have control of things. Yet we don't have control of a lot. Think about if we were going to reference real estate agents or mortgage brokers or whoever might be on this call today. There's a lot of different people that are touching that file throughout the whole transaction. You have control over very little. Now, what things do you have control over? Your activities. You can pick and choose the activities that you do every day. You can either pick activities that are going to help you drive your business, or you're going to pick activities that move you away from your business. That is your choice. Right now, we might not be able to run that 100-meter sprint that we might have been able to do prior to March. Yet the goal should be to keep moving forward. And what's going to happen is go away. Seems like every 2 or 3 years, there's something that happens in our world that slows us down just a little bit. This too will go away. And it's important, the activities that you're doing right now, because they will start showing up when things start moving back the other direction. Mindset. Everything starts with mindset. It's the 90-10. 90% is mindset, 10% is action. Now, when I say that, you can't stay in mindset forever. At some point, you do have to pull the trigger and you do have to take action. I did a great blog post, if you follow me on my business page yesterday, that talked about applied knowledge is power. Knowledge is not power. It's only power when it's applied. What you focus on. So right now, there's just so much noise in this world. And you can focus on those things that are going to bring you up, help you have that breakthrough, or you can focus on the things that bring you down. I know personally for me, I've limited the amount of news that I watch each day. I limit the amount of time that I spend on social media outside of doing the things that I need to do for my business. And because I got to focus on the things that are going to move me forward, not take me back. So you can choose those things that you focus on. And last, it's who you surround yourself with. You are your closest 5 people. Are you hanging out with the people that have that victim mentality, that are going to pull you down, that's going to pull you away from your goals, that aren't supporting you? Or are you going to go be with those people that are optimistic and they're looking ahead? What are the things that we can be doing to keep going? How do we thrive in today's world? And there's people that are thriving. I had a client the other day. She has 19 pendings for the month. That's huge. So business is still happening. Do you want to go hang out with those people? You know, I say, do you want to hang out with the Ducks or do you want to hang out with the Eagles? Right? It's a choice. Who do you surround yourself with? And for my business owners out there that might not be in the sales world, there's the water cooler, and you have to pass it every day. And there they are, standing all there, talking about how the world is collapsing and falling apart. Arm yourself with an umbrella, right? I call them the rain clouds, and they're everywhere. It doesn't matter where you're at. You're going to run into those individuals. Make sure that you have the tools and are equipped to be able to avoid that. Go find and be with the people, the top 5 people that are going to help you move forward. Schedule. All right. So we're going to use an acronym called LIFE. So if you're taking notes, just write the word LIFE, write it vertically, and you'll see how this is going to play out here in a minute. Yet, a schedule is super important. One of the things right now I've noticed, not as a business owner, just as a person, is having a schedule in these times. I love Netflix. Netflix does a great job of creating binge-worthy series, and you find yourself, and next thing you know, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, you've watched like 10 episodes in a row. You've got to get up and go to work the next morning, or you have kids, and there's just all this stuff that's going on in your life. And right now, having a schedule is more important than ever. So in our business, you know, what makes the difference between somebody that is just making it in the business and somebody that's actually thriving? There is no difference. It's just how they use their time. So I'm going to give you a strategy today on schedule. And for a lot of people out there, lead generation is the conversation that comes up often. Is lead generation on your calendar? It should be the first thing on your calendar. I'm going to give you a little bit different strategy today. Start with the end in mind. And what I mean by that is know what time you're going to bed. Cap it off, all right? And if you know what time you're going to bed, you know what time you're going to wake up, because you know intuitively how many hours of sleep you need to make it through the next day. Some of the people that I work with, they just need 4 hours of sleep and they're good to go. I'm one of those. I'm like a baby. I need 8 hours of sleep every single day. And if I don't get it, my wife will tell you I'm cranky. I've got to have the sleep. So if I know it takes 8 hours of rest for me, then I know what time I need to go to bed. And now I know what time I can wake up. Everything else fits in between. The things you can't move, those go on your calendar next. So I know, Jennifer, y'all probably have conferences as well. There's people on this call that go to conferences. They're not going to call you and say, hey, Jennifer, you know, how's your schedule look for March? You know, we're thinking about holding this conference for the entire company. You know, is it going to work for you? They're just not going to do that. So those things that you can't move, make sure that you have those on the calendar. Those could be things like coaching appointments. I tell my coaching clients, it is not a movable appointment. It's a scheduled appointment. Trainings, meetings, and on the personal side, vacation. Book your vacations, book them out in advance so that you have something to work towards, but you're not going to move them. You're going to go and take that time to rejuvenate. You notice I have not said the word lead generation yet, so we're going to keep going. So remember that acronym of LIFE, and I want you to schedule it in this order. The first one is love. Schedule time to be spent with those that you love, your spouse, your family, your friends. I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of business owners over the years, and very, very successful business owners. And some of them have worked to the point to where when they look back and they're at the top, there's nobody there to celebrate it with them. And it's because they've missed out on scheduling this part of their life, right? There's a counterbalance to it. There's life and there's work, and there's counterbalance between the two. They're never in balance. That would be nearly impossible. It would drive you crazy. Yet you can counterbalance between the two. The only way you're going to do that is by making sure the time is scheduled. And I'll give you an example. A personal example is my coach a few months ago. He goes, "When's the last time you've gone on a date with your wife?" And I said, "I don't know. It's been maybe a couple months." Right? We've got 2 kids. We're going a million miles an hour, different directions. Things are happening. We're both working, and I didn't have it on my schedule. And so he asked me, "Do you want to have a great coaching program and not be married?" And I said, "No, absolutely not." And he goes, "Well, go put it on your calendar." Right? Make sure the relationships that are most important to you, make sure you're giving them time. All right, next is improvement. You want to make sure that you're improving yourself every day. Learning is earning, right? So you've probably heard that. And those that tend to work on themselves and develop themselves and learn more every day tend to make more money. And so are you scheduling that time in your schedule? Notice I haven't talked about lead generation yet. We're still working on ourselves. So schedule that time. And that might be reading a book. It might be reading scripture. It might be meditation. It might be, one of my favorites, going to YouTube. And I think I watched a video the other day on how elephants communicate, right? Something I did not know. And so it doesn't need to be necessarily related or tied to your industry. It's just stretching your brain to learn new things, all right? Every day, 20 minutes. Does not take a lot of time. F, fitness and nutrition. At some point, you're only able to serve so many people at the level that you intend to serve them at because you're regulated by your fitness and your nutrition. And so make sure that you have it on your schedule. What are you doing to work out every day? Is it a walk? Is it a run? Is it lifting weights? Is it yoga? Whatever that is, make sure that you have that physical activity scheduled. And it's great for clarity of the mind. I know I went out yesterday and I did, I ordered my Peloton. I haven't gotten it yet. So I'm doing like some of the outdoor stuff right now. And it was like a power walk. And I did not know that power walking was that hard. So I did 45 minutes of it yesterday in 100-degree weather, like 113 heat, humidity. I nearly died. Yet I did it because I knew it would help me get more energy, give it clarity of my mind, and it does that for you. And obviously, if you're working out and you're doing the things to help your body physically, then make sure you're doing nutrition. Most of it's nutrition. And so make sure you're feeding yourself the right things. Fitness and nutrition is key. If you want to have a breakthrough, if you want to get to that next level, this is probably an area that you want to look at if you haven't paid any attention to it. All right, so I still haven't said lead generation. Now we're moving to economics. So this is your business. And the reason the businesses last is because if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not developing yourself, if you're not moving forward in those areas, you're not going to have a great business, or you're going to get capped out at some level in your business. All right, so economic is reviewing your goals daily, setting up your schedule, lead generation, all those different things go into the economic portion of your business and schedule. And so, well, what are those things that you put in your schedule? All right, many on this call probably have read this book, The One Thing, written by a good friend of mine, Jay Papasan. And there's the section in it called, it's the GPS. It's a goal planning tool. All right. It's a simple tool. It gets you to a one-page business plan instead of 30 or 40, because you're never going to look at that. You're going to go shelve that and it's going to collect dust. The GPS in my office is up on the wall. I look at it every single day. Now, the activities that are going to derive from my GPS, that's what goes onto my schedule. That's the economic portion of my schedule. And so let's walk through really quickly what that GPS should look like. First of all, the G stands for goal, not goals, but one singular goal. And so a lot of the individuals I know that are watching this today are salespeople. And the first thing that often comes to mind when I talk with somebody and I'm like, okay, what's your goal? Is they'll start throwing numbers at me. They'll say, I want to make $200,000 a year. Now, caveat, when you tell me $200,000 a year, is that gross income or is that net income? Net is the one that matters. So what is your net income? So oftentimes they go to the financials, to the numbers, to the transactions, and that's good. Yet I want you to be able to communicate your goal with people outside of your business, with your customers and your clients. And if you were to go say to a potential customer or client or your sphere of influence that my goal this year is to make $200,000 net, they're going to look at you and they may judge you for that. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to take that number and translate it to the number of people you would have to help in order for that to happen. So let's say $200,000 net, you figure out the numbers and it takes you 20 families, helping 20 families, whether they're buying a home, selling a home, or investing in real estate to get to that goal. Now you can go communicate that and people can connect emotionally to that goal and they'll be more willing to help you. So I go out to my sphere of influence and I say, you know what, my goal this year is to help 20 families with the most important decision in their life, whether it's buying a home, selling a home, or investing in real estate. Who do you know that I could talk to today that I can help them with their real estate needs, right? Now that person can emotionally attach to that goal. All right, so once you have that goal set up, you're gonna create 3 priority areas, or I call them 3 buckets, or 3 levers. These are the things that are gonna help drive you towards that goal. So if we were to look at real estate, for example, that might be open houses, might be one. Sphere of influence might be one. Cold calling or expireds might be one. Social media could be one. So what are those 3 areas that you're going to work on to go and go towards that goal? Now, once you have the 3 areas, you're going to create the 5 strategies in each one of those areas. Now, those strategies need to be very specific. They also need to be measurable. If they're neither of those 2, it's not a strategy. So for instance, open house would be to host 2 open houses per month. That would be, 24 in a year, with the goal of getting 1 client from those 2 open houses every single month. That's very specific, very measurable. All right, so you're gonna go create those strategies, those specific and measurable strategies for each one of those priority areas. And again, I just have a note here on the slide to make it about people. If you make it about people and attach it to people, first of all, it's going to drive you internally because helping people is a great thing. It's going to make you feel good, but it's going to allow other people to connect to that are outside of your business. All right, so once you create that GPS, those strategies, all of them are going to require time. And so now you can go take those items and now place them into your schedule. You've already scheduled out life, right? Or LIF. Now this is the economic part. Go add those now to the calendar. All right, all wins matter. This is a tool that was created by my coach, Chad Himes. Chad runs with Ben Kinney. If you're on this call, the Win Make Give podcast that Ben Kinney hosts. Chad is the guy that's on there that's interviewing Ben each podcast. He created this tool, and this tool helps you to focus on the wins, the small wins, the things that are most important to you, that if that happened and the world burned down today, you've still won. Now you're going to use that same acronym that I gave you earlier. It's going to be LIFE. So love, improvement, fitness, nutrition, and economic. And I'm going to go back through each one of those, and this is my win one, and put the most important things that if they were to happen that day, I could say I won the day. Now, am I going to be perfect every day? Absolutely not. Right? I could grade myself though. Maybe I got an 8 out of 10. Well, that's an 80. That's passing. Right? The goal though is to get all of them. So love, I have my family. I've got Lori. Her love language is affirmation. So making sure that I have 1 affirmation in the morning and 1 affirmation at the end of the day. All right. My kids, their love language is time. So making sure that I'm giving them dedicated time each day. And even if it's 20 minutes, doing something that they enjoy doing. improvement, read scripture 10 minutes a day, read a self-improvement book 30 minutes a day, and watch my elephant videos on YouTube. Learning something new every single day. Fitness and nutrition, do a physical activity every day, drink 1 gallon of water, cut sugar to a minimum each day. And then my economic is reviewing my GPS daily. That should be your number one on your economic, is to review that GPS every single day. It's so easy. There's so many people telling you, go do this, go do that, this works, try this strategy. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan, measure the results. And so make sure you're looking at that every single day so that you know when you come into the office and you go out into the world that you're going to focus on those things that are most important to drive your business. And then I've got a list of other things that I personally do there, writing personalized cards, doing webinars, I do Facebook, those different things that I do every single day. If I do those, I win. All right, accountability, making a commitment. I have a lot of people being a coach. I've coached since 2010. I've booked over 10,000 hours of coaching and training. And oftentimes, especially for the person that's new to coaching, they'll come to me and they say, Jeremy, I want to coach with you because you're going to give me accountability. That's the wrong reason to coach. And if that's what they're really looking for, then we're not a match. Accountability starts with self-accountability, right? I can't be accountable for your actions and your decisions. You've got to make those. And so you've got to make a commitment to yourself. And if you're not making that commitment to yourself, then you're lying to yourself. So when you think about accountability, I want you to think about it in terms of how do I keep myself accountable to my plan, to my GPS, to my win one, right? To my schedule. Think of it as a contract, right? And we talked today about the 4 things that you can control. Developing a schedule, creating your GPS, and your win one. Those are all tools to help you stay accountable to yourself. Only then can you be accountable to somebody else. Jim Rohn says it best. He says, your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. So if you've come onto this call today and maybe you're struggling in the area of schedule, there's some strategies we shared today that may really help you in that area. If you feel like you're kind of all over the place and you're not that focused, go create that GPS. Get focused in your business. If you're looking at the world today and you're like, I'm just not winning at anything, well, then go build the tool, the Win One tool. What I do is I use my iPhone notes and I create that in notes with a little circle so I can check them off each day. And the great thing about that is then I can send it to my coach or to whoever that's keeping me accountable in that area, right? You've got tools now and some strategies that I shared with you today that can help you change. And it's uncomfortable, I know. Change is never meant to be comfortable, yet the growth is found in change. So I hope you appreciate the information today, how to connect with me. You can find me on Facebook, send me a friend request, go join my community group. It's a free group that anybody can join. I'm at groups/Red Hawk Coaching. My business page at Red Hawk Coaching. I'm on Instagram. I'm everywhere. You can find me. YouTube, and then obviously contacting me. This is my cell phone. It's direct. You're not going to get a call center. You can call and ask me questions directly. If I can help you with coaching, I do offer one-on-one coaching for real estate agents and small business owners. And I offer group coaching specifically for real estate agents. And I'm going to check real quick. I see a few things in the chat. And just see if I have any questions. All right, so I do have the link there, redhawkcoaching.com/thrive. So if you just want to get a basic outline so that you can go back and work on these different things that we discussed today, you're more than welcome to do that. Sherry, thank you. Thank you for joining. Jennifer, thank you for having me. And let's unmute you, Jennifer. Let's see. There you are.
Cool.
Jennifer, tell me, I really appreciate Chicago Title giving me this opportunity to reach out and be able to have an impact on some of the agents that y'all serve in the Austin area. And I know you have an entire network of vendors too, that this could also help. Could you share a little bit about Chicago Title Austin and how people can connect with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 5 locations here in the Austin area. We have rock star business development reps. We have a few on here today with you guys. If you need to reach out to us, I'll go ahead and share with you, Jeremy, all of our contact information. So in case anybody reaches out to you, but we are definitely, you can go to our website, austin.ctic.com, and you can find all of the reps on that in all of our locations on that website. We are all over social media as well. So if you wanted to follow us, and I can, get a slide from Lisa, we are all pretty much on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. We're all super busy on social media because we know how important it is to have ways to connect today. So you can reach out to us through social media or through our email addresses that I can provide to Jeremy, and he can share as well.
Awesome. And y'all have been amazing. And I see Miguel's on here, Cindy and Reagan, Ashley, and so other members of your team that joined us here today. And Jennifer, what I'm going to do is I've recorded this today. So if you'd like to share this with agents that might not have been in attendance that would still like the information, I'll make sure to have that video to you by today.
Absolutely. Thank you again. Such good information. I'm excited to share this. I had a lot of agents that were on vacation this week. I'm sure following the week of July 4th is tough for a lot of people, but so many people are so busy. Like you said, the market is hot. Everybody is working hard. And I think what you shared with us today is going to be huge for people. I cannot wait to go back into my the one book and grab the GPS and work through that. So I appreciate you sharing that with us. And that's one of the things that we talked about, whether it's a new agent or someone that's been doing business for 20 plus years, there's definitely something that they can grab from this to share in their own life to refine what they're doing.
Yeah, and this applies it applies to all businesses. It also applies both to business and more importantly, life. They both go together. They can't be put into separate boxes.
For sure.
All right. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you again.
All right. See y'all later. Have a great day.
You too.